Okay, this is a video from Michael Bird. I don't know where my video went. My video got blocked. This is for you, Michael Bird. Can you answer these simple questions? I would like to hear a woke Christian response to these. Thanks. Here we go. If God brought the vast cosmos into existence... Wait, are you an atheist? With its countless galaxies, solar systems, and planets infinitely, what does this reveal about his power and purpose? Does this belief held by many Christians that one day all of creation will be consumed by fire? Not just this earth seem a bit much? What are you talking about, Michael Bird? It just shows he's really great and awesome. It's his artwork. Psalm 145, verse 3. Not a big deal there. The heavens are different. Consumed by fire, yeah, it's going to be... He has better artwork in heaven. If God is eternal and has the power to create a universe so vast it scales beyond human comprehension, could it be possible that life exists beyond this planet? Of course. It's idolatrous to think that it doesn't. It's really dumb to think that it doesn't as well. Ecclesiastes 3 comes to mind. The first verse of the Bible in the Old Testament is God is creative. So, why do many Christians hold the belief that Earth alone is home to human inhabitants despite the balanced nature of creation? It has something to do with human being chauvinism. We're made in God's image, and it's kind of like where Flat Earth gets its theories. People want to be the center of... It's very prideful and arrogant. It's possible, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, I don't like it, but... Could it be that God's creative power extends beyond Earth, allowing for the existence of other worlds supporting human life? Yes, we've already found exoplanets. Why do woke interpretations of faith make a mere suggestion of divine cosmic engineering controversial? I don't know. People are dumb, that's why. If God created the universe from nothing, does this suggest a divine exception to the laws of physics? Yeah, so God's bigger than the law of the physics. There's divine exceptions everywhere. So, science claims matter can only change forms, while faith teaches creation from nothing. Interestingly, Mormons don't believe in creation from nothing, which is interesting. They believe in, I call it purple intelligences that existed alongside God. How do these views align, especially since the Big Bang is a theory? Yeah, it's very easy. You don't want to exalt science over God, ever. If God brought the entire cosmos into existence from nothing in an instant, without planning, organization, or intention, how could such a vast, intricate creation exist in perfect balance? Yeah, that's a really dumb thing. He definitely planned it, organized it. Again, the Mormons believe in reorganization, not creation ex nihilo. Why do some consider it heretical to suggest that divine foresight, design, or preparation played a role in the act of creation? Well, everything that you believe that's different from the person you're talking to is technically a heretical belief. The word heresy comes from the Greek word heretikos, which just means the ability to choose. Back in the day, you had to deny the resurrection or something to be a heretic, but not anymore. That word has lost all meaning. Yeah, I don't know why that's heretical. It seems obvious to me. Critics of LDS beliefs often challenge the concept of God's divine lineage by asking who is God's father. However, can they themselves explain what God was doing for all eternity before suddenly bringing the universe into existence in an instant? No. No, God's definitely doing stuff. There's a pre-existence in LDS theology. And there honestly is a pre-existence in the Christian idea as well. Just not us, really. Why is the idea of striving to become like God often dismissed or ridiculed, yet believers are encouraged to devote themselves to become more like Jesus? If Jesus is God and divine is the goal. Yeah, I agree. That's hilarious. You're right. Yeah, 1 John 2:6. We ought to walk as Jesus walked. It's called theosis, Eastern Christianity. The LDS do cross the line, try to be like God 100%. Christians believe that we're going to be redeemed sinners. Okay, my link is there. Redeemed sinners, but God has glory that he's willing to share, and he has glory that he's not willing to share. He earned a lot of his glory, so he can't. He has a lot of non-transferable glory, and I'm one of the few LDS people who believe that. A lot of Latter-day Saints, they think they're going to inherit all of God's glory. I don't think it's possible. But striving to become more like God, yeah, it's very strange. It's very strange to ridicule that. Let's go to your original comment. Michael Bird. Here, I'll give you a love before I even read it. I'm going to answer these two. Simple questions. Is it truly impossible for God or Jesus to have visited other people on earth? Of course not. No, it's not impossible. It's just not in the Bible. People don't like it because it's in the Book of Mormon. If the Trinity is hard to understand and many Christians struggle with it, why isn't it a problem for their salvation? But if someone believes the LDS view of the Godhead, they're suddenly condemned. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Everyone has a low view of God, so you can't just throw people in hell for having a low view of God. But if your view of God is so small that you start worshiping creation, that's obviously a problem. But the Trinity is cool because it has Jesus on the throne of thrones. I like that about it. There's definitely dumber things you could believe. Why is that a problem for their salvation? I think is what you meant. It's definitely two-faced. It's just dumb. If the temple veil was torn in two by an earthquake, why would that single event signify a permanent end of the temple worship? Since the apostles continued teaching in the temple after Jesus' ascension, wouldn't it be reasonable to assume the veil was repaired? I have no idea, to be honest with you. It's such a insignificant. I really don't care about that one. Sorry. Many scholars conclude that temple worship and sacrifice continued with Christianity well after the death of Jesus, and wasn't fully abolished until the temple was destroyed by Romans. Should we conclude that the Romans ended temple worship rather than Christianity? Don't know, don't care. Sorry. When Jesus emphasized the importance of baptism... Oh, here we go. Was he speaking seriously? Or should we interpret his words as a lighthearted remark, given that he does have a sense of humor? Wow, that's hilarious. No, baptism is very, very important. 90% of Christians think it's a joke. I'm in the 10%. You need to have the baptism of desire at the very least. You need to get baptized. It's probably, it's... If we take the Bible seriously, it's like Mark 16:16, 1 Peter 3:21, and John 3:3-5, of course. Go ye therefore, teach all nations, baptizing them. I agree with that verse. Most Christians don't, obviously. Yeah, they don't like the commandments. They're more into Ephesians 2:8-9 than the Great Commission. If good works are not required for salvation, they are. Why is a Christian considered insincere if they don't demonstrate them? Yeah, they're called backloaders. So they believe in faith alone, but it's never alone. They think that they're basically Catholics in the sense that the good Christians, they have initial salvation, then they have the final salvation. Yeah, there's a lot of misunderstanding of the Apostle Paul, but it looks like you're LDS. Whatever that Facebook reel is, I'm sure it's a great video. Doesn't this contradiction suggest that works, while claimed to be unnecessary, are still seen as essential evidence of true faith? Absolutely, it's a contradiction. Yeah, I didn't realize you're LDS, Michael Bird. I probably should have. I'm LDS as well. What was the post here? I'm not in a cult. Oh, there you go. Okay, Michael Bird, this video is for you. Okay. Oh, by the way, I love it.